Hey there, Ryan Ferrier here, and welcome to today's training. In today's training, we're going to talk about what to do when you have a conflict at work. Recently, I was talking to a sharp young guy who is in a conflict at work with somebody who's a few levels above him. He doesn't really know how he got into this conflict, but it seems like everything he does to try to fix the conflict just makes things worse. Have you ever had that situation where you desperately want to fix a relational problem, especially at work, and the harder you try, the worse things get? Well, here's what to do in that situation in 4 straightforward steps. Okay, step 1. The first step is to do nothing. As soon as a conflict comes up, instead of leaping to fix the situation, take a deep breath. And instead of, when everybody's emotions are high, trying to fix everything really quickly, just cool off. I know this one is hard for me because I really like to quickly resolve conflicts, but in the heat of the moment, things rarely get resolved. So instead of jumping into action, take a deep breath, cool off, and remove yourself from the situation. Step 2, if you want to vent, if you want to talk about this situation with somebody, vent outside of the office. I know it's tempting to go grab a coworker and start gossiping about the situation, but don't do that. It's only going to make things worse. Instead, find somebody outside of your office environment to talk to about the situation. Hopefully somebody with a level head who will be a somewhat objective observer and who can give you some perspective on the situation. Don't pick your friend, your most feisty friend, your friend that's going to get you the most riled up. Instead, find somebody with a level head who's going to kind of cool you down, give you perspective, and get you composed before you go into step 3. Now, step 3 is to approach the person you're having a conflict with and have a conversation. Now, there's a few things that are important about this conversation. First, it's important to find a time and place where you can have this person's undivided attention. Next, you should start the conversation by apologizing for your part in the conflict. Own up to your part in the conflict and admit your guilt. Third, be sure not to point the finger at this person. If you want to tell them, when you did this, it made me feel this way, or I was frustrated when, that's okay. You can talk about you and your feelings, but don't point the finger and cast blame at this person, and certainly don't insist that they apologize to you. More than likely they will, but don't insist on it. And then finally, ask this person in the future how you can best interact with them so that you can have a productive working relationship. I think you'd be really surprised at the wonders that this conversation can work. I know for me, some of the people who were my biggest detractors and my fiercest enemies became my most loyal friends after a conversation like this. And listen up to this because this one is tweet-worthy. I want you to share this with your friends on Twitter. And here's the tweet-worthy comment. Sometimes, if you want to find a loyal friend, the best place to start is by reaching out to your fiercest enemy. Step 4 is to drop it and reassess the situation later. So after you've had this conversation, drop it. There's no reason to keep having this conversation over and over again. Give it some time and see how things play out. I think you'll be surprised. More often than not, things will work themselves out now that you and this person have reconciled. If they don't, if this pattern keeps happening, then think about potentially getting moved to a new project, a new team, or a new department. You don't want to be in a situation where you're continually butting heads with the same person over the same thing, and it's just like you guys are oil and water. Now, if this person is your superior and there's no way to kind of get out of the situation, what you need to do then, unfortunately, is just bite your tongue, work hard, and in your own time, look for something new. You may need to switch your employer and find a new place of work. Again, it's not worth treading water and continuing to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Sometimes you're in a situation that can't be fixed and you just need to move on. Now I want to send it to you. Leave a comment. Let me know, 1, have you ever been in this type of situation? And 2, what do you think about this 4-step process for resolving conflict at work? As well, if you're not already there, head over to bootstrapmylife.com and sign up for email updates. I share training like this with my subscribers that you won't find on my blog. All right, that's it for today. And until next time, keep being you.
Camera speeding. Scene 3, shot 1, take 1.
You're going to have the most meaningful life ever, and I'm going to help you.